The way Facebook's Metaverse is being presented to us is that it will have limitless possibilities due to its ever-expanding boundaries. And it's coming to us from a for-profit organization that has repeatedly shown us that it will put profits over the health of the people that uses its products. Now, I'm going to set that aside for a moment because I want to bring to your attention, as a parent and as a sex ed teacher, what may be the future concerns around sex in the metaverse and why we as parents need to stop being reactive to every new technology platform and think about the cohesive message that we want to send our kids about being a consumer as well as a creator of content online. I'm Kathleen and I make YouTube videos for parents on how to talk about sex and answer sex questions that their child may have. Like with all new technologies, the idea behind them is to get you, the consumer, to use it, to want to use it, to make it a part of your daily life in order to profit from you and to profit off of you. Think about your current daily online life as it relates to social media. How do you find out about current events? How do you check in with friends or family? How do you figure out what's for dinner or find that recipe for a chicken cacciatore? How do you decompress or zone out at the end of the day? How do you physically exercise and track your progress? If you deleted all these social media apps, how long would it take before you needed to log back on? Current research says that the average internet user spends 2.5 hours per day on social media sites, and this amount of time continuously increases with each year. Current parenting trends show that most parents want to teach their kids how to be safe online or have them avoid going on the internet altogether, according to the poll I took here on the community tab on my YouTube channel. So thanks y'all so much for voting. Looking at how technology is trending, our future kids and grandkids will be immersed in the metaverse from the moment they wake up. So what does this mean from a sex ed perspective? When I was a sex ed teacher in the classroom, I was not allowed to teach porn literacy to the students. If the students were to ask, what is porn, I was only allowed to give a very limited answer, which included that the sex in porn is not real sex, and that it is illegal for anyone to watch or participate in porn under the age of 18. As online porn has adapted and progressed with newer technologies, I now recommend to parents to teach their kids that the sex in porn is real sex, but to explain what's not real. And if you want to know how to do that, you can check out this video on how to have the porn talk with your kids. Online porn now has a lot more opportunities to be real and to feel real to the viewer through the ability to live stream content and to pay performers to perform online the way you would like them to. In online video gaming, avatars can engage in erotic roleplay with other avatars. And even though it's the avatars that are performing on the screen, there are real people that are speaking to each other through the game. What will happen to online office culture or school campuses online or hangouts after work? Will flirting be more comfortable to do since it's not real life? How will sexual harassment be enforced? What will active and enthusiastic consent look like online? How real does your online persona and life have to reflect your physical body and physical life? How will those interactions online impact your mental health and your behaviors in your physical life? Like with all new technologies, humans can develop an addiction to using it, and we've seen it happen. Social media, online shopping, porn, online gaming. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that a metaverse addiction can happen to a percentage of the population. As parents, how do we prepare our kids to use the metaverse safely? How do we teach them to behave kindly and appropriately in the metaverse? And if you're thinking, Kathleen, of course there will be some trolls and assholes who aren't kind or use the metaverse inappropriately, but for the majority of people, they know how to act and behave online. Have you seen the comment section on a public Facebook post? There's a lot of room for improvement. As parents, how do we help our child to avoid an online life addiction? Will we just buy parental controls that allow for our child to see the version of the metaverse that we pay for them to see? This way, the 18 and over spots are kept off limits, so to say. Although parental controls can allow for a delay in accessing the 18 and over areas in the metaverse, will it teach them how to act? And will it give them the information they need to know about navigating that area once they do turn 18? Because my prediction is that access to sex in the metaverse will be easier, more accessible, and used because of the potential belief that sex online is not real sex in the physical sense. If you are in the trenches of parenting right now, the future of the online world looks wild. Currently, we can actually disconnect, turn off our internet connection, and be present in the physical world with our kids. Right now, we can take the time to explain what advertising means, choose the shows that they watch, or refuse to allow them screen time. But in the metaverse, the lines between what is advertising or not may be blurred, and the accessibility to curated content based off your values and preferences may make it harder to experience different things or hear a different point of view. Here's a what-if potential future metaverse scenario. Your 12-year-old's avatar goes into the metaverse for the first time. Let's say there are no parental controls in place and you haven't had a talk with them about online sex or pornography. They go into the metaverse and start establishing their algorithm. They click on an ad for some shoes that they like. They watch a funny video about a dog being a mom to some ducklings. They walk past a few cafes and they get to one cafe where another avatar comes out and invites them in. They go into that cafe and sit down, and another funny animal video plays for them. The avatar then comes over and says to them, hey, if you like that type of content, I've got a free download for you with some fun content in it. In that content is porn. They watch it, it activates their brain and stimulates them. The algorithm notices this and begins to send them more ads and avatars that are porn related. Their time spent in the metaverse may be more like walking down the red light district, because the algorithm is noticing them spending more time interacting and looking at pornographic content. They may consume more and more of this type of sexually explicit content. And without your education and teaching them on what to do if they come across it, and how to understand what this type of content is trying to do, their 12-year-old brain may be more susceptible to developing an unhealthy relationship with online porn. With this extreme example in mind, parents, here are 5 tips that you can do right now in order to begin preparing for these talks about porn and sex, not in the metaverse, but online right now. Except that you will need to have multiple talks with your child about online porn, with clear instructions on what to do when they come across it. Have continuous talks about what is cyberbullying and what is appropriate behavior online. Explain to them how to make a comment online on a friend's post, or how to share their opinion in a constructive way on a public post. Talk about the health behaviors and mental health issues that can occur and usually occur from social media use. What to do and how you can identify the positive and negative mood changes that can occur when you post content. Talk about the different types of time spent online: consuming content, working, studying, or researching, creating content, as well as develop the skill to identify factual versus opinion-based content. Become comfortable talking about and sharing with them your family values as it pertains to porn and sexually implicit and explicit content on the social media platforms that your child uses. Parents, we have to look at online life as only going to become more and more prevalent. We're actually lucky right now because we have a physical device that has a power switch. We can actually take the device and turn it off and eliminate the screen time. But in the future, the devices will be gone, and the intersection of where online life and physical life meet is going to be blurry. When I think about that future as it relates to porn and sex, it makes me feel like, you know what? Right now, it's pretty easy and simple to talk about porn and sex online as is. Let me know in the comments what you think the challenges will be to parenting in the metaverse related to sex ed or not. If you found this video to be interesting, go on and give it a like. I'm Kathleen, and of course, next week I'll be back with another video.